The soil. Parable of the sower.
So there were crowds of people coming to Jesus, and one day he told them a story. He said there was a farmer who went out to plant his seeds, and while he was scattering the seeds, they fell on different places. Some of the seeds fell on a path, and they got stepped on, and birds came and ate them. Some of the seeds fell on rocks, and they grew into plants, but they didn't have any roots, and so they soon wilted. And some of the seeds fell where there were thorns, and they started to grow, but the thorns choked them. But some of the seeds fell on good soil, where they grew into a crop that was 100 times more than what was planted. Well, later his disciples came to him and asked, "Jesus, what did this story mean?" And Jesus said, "Well, the seeds are God's word. And the seed that was eaten by birds is like when people hear God's word, but before they can believe it, Satan comes and snatches it out of their hearts. The seed that fell on the rocks is like when people receive God's word joyfully, but they don't have any roots, and when testing comes, they fall away. The seed that fell where there were thorns is like people who receive God's word, but the worries and riches and pleasures of life choke them, and they don't grow. The seed that fell on good soil, though, is like people who receive God's word and they cling to it, and it produces in them a huge harvest." And then someone told Jesus that his mother and brothers were outside wanting to see him. And he said, "My mother and brothers are the ones who hear God's word and do what it says."